Are you tired of incessantly manifesting and visualizing without experiencing the quantum leap you yearn for, the one that would transform your reality overnight, bringing the clarity and abundance you deserve? I understand that frustration, the feeling of being on the threshold of something grand with energy pulsing yet rapid transformation always seems a step ahead, as if your current frequency is just a millimeter out of perfect alignment. What if I told you that the quantum leap isn't an arduous climb or a lengthy event, but an infinitesimal adjustment within you? Think of your reality as a radio tuned to static. The leap doesn't require building a new device, but rather turning the dial by one precise millimeter, and boom, the perfect music emerges, clear and vibrant, filling the void. In this video, I will reveal the 24-hour quantum boost, the only neuro-vibrational calibration you need to make today to see your quantum leap happen, visible and experienceable in less than 24 hours, collapsing the wave of possibilities directly into your experience. Prepare to finally embrace the acceleration you've been seeking and manifest with a swiftness never before felt. Close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath. Feel the energy of change reverberate in your essence. Now, open your eyes, for what comes next is specifically for you, a direct invitation to your own immediate quantum revolution. Have you ever felt you're at a vibrational crossroads, watching time pass while the promise of a quantum leap seems to drag on a distant horizon, like a persistent mirage that never materializes? It's a deeply understandable, almost universal feeling among those who seek accelerated manifestation, who yearn to see the totality of their vision unfold with the swiftness the quantum field supposedly allows, yet encounter what appears to be inexplicable stagnation. This is the pain of the myth of quantum stagnation, the insidious belief that you need to wait, struggle, or somehow deserve a drastic turning point when, in truth, the very nature of the universe operates at a speed that defies your linear understanding of time. Feel that tension in your body now, the frustration accumulating in your shoulders, the impatience in your chest. This energy isn't a failure on your part, but the echo of a distorted perception of how reality truly precipitates. The profound truth is that the waiting you experience isn't an imposition from the universe, but a subconscious resistance to the ease and inherent speed of the quantum field that surrounds you, that comprises you, that is you. Imagine your consciousness as a vast ocean of potential, and each of your desires already exists as a perfect wave moving toward the shore. Stagnation isn't the absence of wind or a lack of tide, but your own internal anchor, cast unknowingly, preventing your vessel from moving with the natural current of manifestation. Your thought patterns, your most deeply rooted limiting beliefs, and above all, the idea that manifestation is a slow and arduous process, function as an invisible force field, distorting the flow and creating the illusion that the leap is always ahead, never here and now. Do you feel how this resistance manifests? Perhaps a subtle tightness, a persistent doubt in the back of your mind, a sigh of weariness after yet another visualization without immediate results? The quantum field, by its essential nature, knows no slowness. It is a domain of infinite potential and instantaneous response. Every thought, every emotion you radiate is a frequency that collapses waves of probability into your experiential reality. When you feel stuck, when results seem delayed, it's not because the universe is on a programmed delay or because you are unworthy, but because your own internal frequency is in some way out of alignment, creating interference in the manifestation channel. The delay is the dissonance between what you consciously desire and what your subconscious belief system is emitting. It's as if you're asking for a symphony, but your mind is sending out white noise signals, and the universe, in its unwavering perfection, simply reflects what you are truly transmitting. Do you perceive the subtlety, the nuance of this shift in perspective? Responsibility becomes empowerment, for the key lies within you. Let's revisit the radio metaphor so that this clarity resonates in every fiber of your being. Most people are turning the dial with force, with desperation, or waiting for the signal of their desired reality to miraculously arrive at them, as if it were an external and random event. They plead for the signal, create complex rituals to attract it, or grow tired of trying, accepting static as their destiny. But the great revelation is that the signal of your desired reality, the perfect station, the symphony you crave, is already there, always has been. This hour. Problem isn't the absence of the station or the lack of power of the universal transmitter, but an imprecise tuning on the part of your internal receiver. You are a millimeter off the exact frequency, and that millimeter makes all the difference between crystalline clarity and an indistinct murmur. The quantum leap is not an act of brute force, of pushing against an invisible barrier with more willpower or effort. It is not an arduous climb to reach a distant peak. It is an act of precision. Think of the difference between struggling to push a stuck door and finding the exact point where it opens with a slight touch. The waiting you experience is the energy spent trying to push that door, which actually needs to be tuned. Stagnation is the symptom of imprecise tuning, of an internal calibration that does not match the vibrational frequency of your desired manifestation. You can visualize for hours, affirm non-stop, but if the dial of your consciousness is not adjusted with millimeter precision, the leap, the collapse of the wave of possibilities into a tangible reality will always seem elusive. The paradigm shift here is liberating. The quantum leap is not a rare, mystical, or time-consuming event, reserved only for a few enlightened individuals. It is a natural and instantaneous byproduct of an exact internal calibration. Your pain and doubt about the delay are a compass pointing to the need to refine your tuning, not to give up. The fear that the leap will never happen is the very noise that prevents the clarity of the signal. Instead of questioning whether the leap is possible, the invitation is to question the precision of your own frequency. Manifestation does not wait for your effort, it waits for your resonance. Feel the liberation of this truth. Feel how the weight of struggle begins to dissolve, replaced by a deep curiosity. If it's not force, but precision, then what am I tuning wrong? What is obscuring the clarity of my station? Feel this now as you read. Where in your body does this waiting manifest? Perhaps it's a tension in your shoulders, a knot in your stomach, a feeling of oppression in your chest, a weariness that seems to permeate your bones, or even a subtle irritability that emerges when you think of your unfulfilled desires. Now, imagine this tension loosening, as if you were relaxing the muscles that held the radio dial too tightly. Imagine the lightness of a gentle, precise touch. Somatize the feeling of perfect tuning, the vibration in your energy field, the sensation of alignment, of peace, of certainty. The body is a powerful receiver, and the way it responds to this idea of precision instead of effort is an indicator of the path forward. This is the energetic difference between struggling to push a closed portal and turning the key that was already in the lock, just waiting for the right adjustment. The thoughts and emotions you've allowed to operate in the background, often unconsciously, are the micro-adjustments that keep your dial slightly out of tune. That persistent doubt, that subtle fear of not being worthy, the belief that it has always been this way in your life, or the impatience disguised as strong desire. All these are noises that distort the frequency. They are not grand dramatic blocks, but rather subtle vibrations operating beneath the surface, creating a field of resistance that prevents the wave collapse at the speed you crave. Quantum. Stagnation is a myth because the field is never stagnant. It is in constant motion, reflecting at every instant the sum total of your conscious and subconscious transmissions. Acceleration is not a gift to be granted, but a condition to be revealed through the elimination of noise. The true quantum leap is not an isolated event that occurs from time to time, but an inherent capacity of your consciousness to collapse multiple possibilities into a single experiential reality at the speed of light. It is the universe responding to your frequency. Now, you are always experiencing a leap. The question is whether you are collapsing the reality you desire or the reality your unconscious misalignment is projecting. The difficulty lies not in making the universe act, but in allowing the precision of your intention and belief to meet the readiness of the quantum field. Think of how a compass points north. It doesn't need to create north. It simply aligns with it. Your quantum leap is that compass just waiting for the alignment of your internal compass to point to your desired destination and manifest it instantly. So the question that unfolds in your consciousness now, echoing in the depths of your soul, is, where in your life have you been waiting for the leap instead of tuning into it with precision? Where have you applied force and persistence when the key has always been calibration, fine-tuning, attention to the dial of your own internal frequency? Reflect on this. What are the patterns, the beliefs, the emotions that are still creating noise in your transmission? Be aware that this reflection is already the first step towards precision, an invitation for your internal system to begin realigning itself. It already begins to dissolve the myth of stagnation, revealing the truth that speed is the natural state of your manifestation when you are perfectly aligned with the field of all that is. But what then is this precise adjustment, this millimeter, on the dial that unlocks acceleration, that transforms waiting into conscious precipitation in less than a day? How can we consciously move that dial to the exact frequency that attracts the 24-hour quantum boost into our reality? The answer isn't in a complicated ritual or a Herculean effort, but in a surprisingly simple calibration, an internal command that resonates with the fundamental truth of the quantum field. It is an act of consciousness that redefines your relationship with time, with manifestation, and with your own inherent power. Prepare yourself, because what comes next is the key to the speed you so deeply seek. If you have ever felt stuck waiting for a leap that seemed to never arrive, if this idea of precision resonates with the deepest part of your being that longs for a direct and powerful solution, then like this video now. Use the act of clicking, like as an energetic anchor, a conscious command to the universe that you are ready to act and tune in, that you are ready to abandon the struggle and embrace the ease and speed that are your birthright. Let this simple action be your first step towards the calibration that will transform your manifestation experience forever. The moment has arrived, the turning point where the invisible becomes undeniably visible, where the promise of the quantum leap ceases to be a distant whisper and becomes the pulsating reality you crave. It is time to activate the 24-hour quantum boost, the precise calibration that not only prepares the ground for your accelerated manifestation, but precipitates it with unwavering certainty. Understand, the key to the leap does not lie in more effort, more repetitive visualizations, or more patient waiting. It lies in the specific internal action that resonates with the speed of the field itself. You feel this urgency, this truth resonating in your cells, the call to transcend the illusion of slowness and embrace the intrinsic swiftness of the universe. Your essence already operates at this frequency, but now it is time to activate it consciously, to allow your reality to instantly realign with the abundance that already exists in your potential. This is not a journey of months. It is a command of an instant that redefines your destiny. You already understand that your reality is a direct reflection of your internal state, of your vibrational frequency. But what does it mean to instantly change that state, especially when seeking such a dramatic acceleration? It means moving from a point of effort and desire to one of accelerated certainty, of unwavering knowing. It is a polarity shift, where doubt is replaced by a conviction so profound that it becomes a vibrational echo in the field. Imagine your heart as a powerful energy transmitter, and each beat echoes an intention to the universe. Instantaneous calibration is when you consciously adjust that transmitter to the exact frequency of "it is already done," not "I hope it will be done." It is a resonance of wholeness that dissolves any trace of lack or anxiety, allowing the wave to collapse into its manifest form with astonishing speed. Feel this shift happening now, the quietness in your mind as the old programming of waiting unravels. The activation of the 24-hour quantum boost begins with a clear mental command, so sharp and resonant that it transcends mere thought and becomes a vibrational order to the universe. It is not an empty affirmation, but a declaration of sovereignty over your own reality. This command is not about asking, but about declaring that it already is. I now activate the accelerated manifestation mode of my consciousness. My quantum leap is imminent and inevitable. Feel the difference in your body when you utter this truth, not as a hope, but as an absolute truth. It is like the order an architect gives to begin the construction of a project, where there is no doubt about the completion, only the execution. Your mind, when aligned with this certainty, becomes the focal point that attracts all possibilities to converge in your direction with a speed never before experienced. Allow every cell of your being to absorb the strength and intention of this singular command, expanding your perception to the omnipotence that you truly are. But the mental command by itself is only part of the equation. For the 24-hour quantum boost to work in its fullness, it is imperative that you practice a deep emotional release. Where does hidden resistance reside? Those ingrained beliefs that it's too good to be true, I don't deserve this so quickly, or it has always been difficult for me. It is these emotional shadows that create a field of interference, like static noise in your quantum transmission, preventing the clarity of manifestation. Release is not a struggle. It is a gentle surrender to everything that no longer serves your desire for acceleration. Feel in your body where these tensions reside, perhaps in the heavy shoulders of having to struggle, in the oppression in the chest from the anxiety of waiting. Breathe deeply and invite these sensations to dissolve, to transform into pure energy that will now be redirected towards your quantum leap. This deep letting go is the permission you grant the universe to act on your behalf with speed and ease, dissipating invisible barriers. The third layer of this instantaneous calibration is the symbolic act of unconditional acceptance of rapid manifestation. This is not passive acceptance, but an active and vibrant embrace of the intrinsic speed of the quantum field. Imagine you are receiving a long-awaited gift, but it arrives much faster than you imagined. Would you refuse it because of its swiftness? Of course not. Unconditional acceptance is saying yes to speed, yes to ease, yes to the universe's readiness to deliver your desired reality. Now, it can be a small personal ritual, writing down your desire, and then tearing up the paper, symbolizing the release of attachment to how and when, or simply feeling a deep wave of gratitude for the manifestation that is already on its way. This act aligns your energy with the totality of abundance, dissipating any need to control the process and allowing synchronicity to dance into your life with unprecedented grace and efficiency. To understand the magnitude of this calibration, visualize your own energetic system, your consciousness, as an incredibly sophisticated smartphone. For a long time, you may have operated in battery saver mode, not for lack of capacity, but due to unconscious programming or limiting beliefs. You are functional, yes, but perhaps with slowness, delays in response, and a feeling that things take too long to load. Essential apps might crash, navigation is slow, and energy drains quickly. This metaphor reflects the experience of many who seek to manifest. There is incredible potential, advanced technology within them, but it is underutilized in a setting that restricts its true power. You have accessed only a fraction of your processing capacity and connection to the universal field, resulting in manifestation that drags, requiring disproportionate effort for every small advance. The 24-hour quantum boost is not about installing a new app or buying a more powerful device. It's about activating the high-performance mode, or turbo mode, that already exists, inherent in your system, waiting to be recognized and activated. This setting is not external to you. It is a frequency of your own consciousness that has been silenced or forgotten. Imagine the latent power within a supercomputer that, by default, operates with limited resources. A simple command, a change in settings, is all it takes for it to unleash its full processing potential, making it incredibly fast and efficient. The same happens with your manifestation ability. The acceleration you seek is not somewhere distant. It is an intrinsic functionality of your being, a frequency you can choose to activate at any time by recognizing your own mastery and the truth of your connection to Source. It is a return to your original programming, to your divine capacity to create with speed and precision. Activating this turbo mode of your consciousness does not require a complex manual or years of practice. It requires a single internal command, a pure and unwavering intention that resonates with the truth that acceleration is yours by right. Think of how you turn on airplane mode or Wi-Fi on your phone. It's a tap, a conscious choice that drastically changes the device's operation. Similarly, the command for the 24-hour quantum boost is a conscious choice to operate at your maximum vibrational potential, to allow synchronicity to flow unimpeded, dissolving the illusion of time and space in manifestation. It is a profound yes to your own sovereignty, a validation that you are the master of your experience. Feel the simplicity and potency of this act, the liberation that comes with understanding that you no longer need to fight against the currents, but can, indeed, sail with the wind at your back, propelled by this single internal decision. Understanding this innate truth of acceleration and the existence of your turbo mode, the crucial question arises: what do you need to release now to give the turbo mode command to your reality? Allow this question to resonate deeply within you, inviting the answers to emerge from the wisdom of your higher self. Is it the need for excessive control, persistent doubt, the subtle fear of rapid success, or the belief that manifestation must always be an arduous and lengthy process? Where in your belief system do you still cling to slowness, unconsciously sabotaging your own speed? Feel where these resistances manifest in your body, in your mind. The act of identifying and intentionally releasing these blocks is the fuel that drives the activation of your 24-hour quantum boost, preparing the ground for a precipitation of events that will challenge your old notions of time and possibility. Let this introspection be the first step in your release. Activating this boost is an act of supreme power, a demonstration of your mastery over reality. You have just given the command. The quantum field, in its infinite intelligence, has already begun to reorganize in response to your new frequency. However, the secret to ensuring the leap manifests in 24 hours, and that you fully perceive and integrate it, lies in how you sustain this new vibration. This is where many stumble, returning to old patterns of doubt, anxiety, or the need to see to believe, even before the universe has had time to orchestrate the delivery. The initial calibration is potent, but sustenance is the glue that fixes the new reality. Imagine you've adjusted a lens for perfect sharpness. If you keep fiddling with it out of anxiety, the desired image will never stabilize. What then to do to maintain this high frequency and allow manifestation to magically unfold before your eyes without interference? The journey for the 24-hour quantum boost is intrinsically yours, an intimate calibration between your being and the totality of the universe. You have felt the truth, understood the mechanics, and identified the blocks. Now, action is a direct echo of your deepest intention. I invite you to an act of sovereignty. Share in the comments, now, what is the first thing you will release today to activate your quantum boost? It could be a persistent doubt, a subtle fear, a limiting belief about the speed of manifestation. By expressing this intention of release, you not only verbalize it, but energetically anchor it in the collective field, solidifying your commitment to acceleration. This is your moment to proclaim your readiness for the leap, to claim the ease and speed that are your birthright. Let the energy of release flow and watch the magic begin to unfold. After activating the 24-hour quantum boost, your journey over the next 24 hours transcends the search for doing, inviting you to a profound being, from tireless struggle to fluid surrender, from imposition to pure permission. This is a crucial period of continuous calibration, where your mastery resides not in digging up the planted seed, checking its progress every hour with an anxious mind, but rather in nourishing the fertile soil of your consciousness with the absolute certainty of inevitable germination. Your reality, now precisely tuned to the frequency of accelerated manifestation, demands a new and powerful form of interaction, that of accelerated observation. This means allowing the vast quantum field to rearrange synchronicities, events, and opportunities in ways your logical mind could not even conceive, without you trying to control every step or questioning the apparent absence of an immediate sign. You are cultivating a vibrational garden of unlimited possibilities. Every fiber of anxiety or doubt acts as a weed that suffocates exuberant growth. In its place, fervently embrace a stance of expectant joy and unwavering confidence, knowing that the universe, responding to your deliberate command, orchestrates the precipitation of your leap. It is the supreme art of conscious non-action, where authentic power resides not in control, but in your complete permission to receive, welcoming acceleration. Feel this permission echoing in your being, transforming impatience into profound calm. Imagine having planted a magic seed in your internal garden, one that you know, with unwavering certainty, will germinate and reveal its form in exactly 24 hours. You wouldn't frantically rush to dig it up every hour, inspecting its progress with anxiety, would you? Such distrust would only disturb the intrinsic and sovereign process of growth that is already in full swing. Instead, you nourish it with the pure water of your clear intention, expose it to the warm sun of your unconditional belief, and fully entrust it to the divine rhythm and wisdom of nature. You intimately know that life is vigorously happening beneath the visible surface. You observe the soil, yes, but with a serene joy, a gentle and unhurried expectation, aware that manifestation is an organic process, not an event that demands your constant intervention. The next 24 hours are exactly this sacred period of conscious nourishment and detached observation. It is an invitation for you to release the reins of control, allowing universal intelligence activated by the 24-hour quantum boost to do its work, revealing your leap at the perfect moment, which is already guaranteed and irreversibly in motion towards your reality. The true mastery of this phase lies in mastering the void of non-expectation, paradoxically filling it with the fullness of unwavering trust. It's not about ignoring your desire or pretending indifference. It's about transcending the need to control how or when it will manifest, allowing the quantum field to surprise you with the swiftness and perfection of its wave collapse. The universe, in its infinite intelligence, loves the clarity of your intention combined with the freedom of your unconditional surrender. To calibrate your frequency for this joyful and unhurried expectation, I invite you to feel your body now, the pulsation of life in your veins. Recognize any lingering trace of tension or attachment to the outcome, and with a deep breath, visualize it dissolving, being carried away. And then reflect with all your honesty, delving into the truth of your being. How can you cultivate joyful observation without anxious expectations for your quantum leap in the next 24 hours? Allow this question to resonate deeply within you, guiding each of your perceptions and reactions, making you a conscious and empowered observer of your own accelerated transformation. What you are about to experience is not just a manifestation, but a fundamental redefinition of your relationship with reality. Once the 24-hour quantum boost reveals itself, and you witness the acceleration of your desires, the boundary between the possible and the impossible will dissolve forever in your mind. Your perception will expand, your faith will deepen, and you will understand, in every cell, that you are the vibrational architect of your existence, endowed with a power of precipitation that until then seemed reserved for a few. This is the truth that will be revealed. But, with this new and powerful ability to accelerate, a new essential question arises, a new level of mastery to be unveiled. The leap is, in reality, only the beginning of a journey of even deeper and more transformative discoveries. What then comes after your first great quantum leap? How do you not only maintain this divine speed but amplify it, creating a life of continuous and effortless manifestation, where every desire aligns and materializes with the same dizzying speed? Prepare for this next stage, for your evolution is an eternal and glorious invitation, an ascending spiral of power and light. The quantum leap you activate today is a powerful event, an abrupt shift in your timeline. However, maintaining this new elevated frequency, amplifying this manifestation speed, requires mindful awareness and commitment to the next level of your evolution. Do not allow the initial enthusiasm to dissipate, or your mind to return to old patterns of doubt and scarcity. This is the crucial moment to anchor this new reality in your life, to ensure you don't miss any signs, any synchronicity, any of the evidence of your leap that will begin to pop up in your reality in the next 24 hours and beyond. And to continue this unprecedented journey of acceleration and expansion, I invite you now to activate channel notifications and subscribe. This is not just a click, it's an act of vibrational alignment, a direct energetic commitment to your new manifestation speed, to your innate ability to co-create instantly and powerfully. It's your resonant yes to the mastery of your own existence, a conscious step towards your magnificence, embracing the power that you are.